Check his Twitter account. He's already declaring himself as the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, Bravo MP for Based, and leader of the Brov party, Vote Brov, Britain restoring underlying values. My God, this dimwit. In case you don't know who is Andrew Tate, let me show you some of his recent tweets to help you better understand who is running to become the Prime Minister of the UK. You know what, let's watch this video. Let's watch. This is gonna be a great video. He even mentioned this video that, you know, if Donald Trump did it, I can do it. This is too good.
Ladies and gentlemen of the United Kingdom, my name is Andrew Tate. I'm the leader of the Brov party, Britain Restoring Underlying Values, and I'm here to introduce myself to you as the only hope and chance for the once great Britain to repair itself from the eternal decline we are unfortunately being subjected to. There is no reason for a city with a legacy like London to be running with blood and for drugs to constantly be found on our streets. There is no reason for a country like Great Britain that once had the most formidable navy on the planet to be endlessly invaded, incapable of defending its own borders. They're gonna laugh at my attempt to become Prime Minister. They're gonna do their very best to delegitimize me. They're gonna say that I'm not serious, that I don't stand a chance of winning. Exactly like they did to Donald Trump at the beginning. These people do not understand that the world is changing. The youth is with us, and with time, we can take our countries back. You can hate me with all of your being, but even if you hate me, I guarantee you your streets will be safer. I guarantee you the invasion will end. I guarantee you our economy will be more prosperous. If you would like to see me as the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, you can support the Brov mission at votebrov.co.uk.
Andrew Tate, that con artist dimwit. Do you guys even know who is Andrew Tate to begin with? And the fact that he even thinks that right now is a good time for him to run for the UK just shows you how bad things are in the UK. Because the guy's not stupid. The guy is a strategist. The guys know how to play chess. And the guy probably felt, you know what, look what's happening in Britain. We have radical Muslim invaders that entered that country, are now raping their daughters. And instead, the people of Britain, instead of rising against them, are actually trying to cover for them. A nation that is not willing to defend its children, to defend its daughters from rapists and invaders that came to destroy them, is a nation that have no future. That is just a fact. It stands for a household, for a town, for a village, for a country, for a nation. If you're not willing to defend your children, you're actually covering for the enemy who's coming to destroy you, your nation is done. And Andrew Tate, who is a radical jihadist Muslim, by the way, understood that this is probably a good time for me. Look at them, look at these guys, look how they're behaving. That's the greatest time for me to come and try to become the Prime Minister of this country, because they are dumb enough to actually maybe even elect me. And inspired by Donald Trump, that's my example. Look, if he got elected, I can get elected. This is just mind-blowing how stupid that is. You know what? Let me tell you a little bit about who's Andrew Tate, just so you better understand. Let's look at some of his previous tweets. When Yahya Sinwar, an arch-terrorist Osama bin Laden, Hitler-like kind of terrorist, was eliminated by the IDF, this is what he said: "I can only pray for the death of the heroic as Yahya Sinwar. Brave, defiant in the face of evil, and dedicated to his life purpose. He deserves eternal rest. He earned it." This is Yahya Sinwar. This guy basically is the reason that Gaza has been destroyed. And while he was commanding his people to use, he's commanding his terrorists to use their own people as human shields, he was hiding under a tunnel while his buddies are becoming billionaire, richer than Taylor Swift. That's the leadership of Hamas. And all of this from stolen money while their people are starving. And that person died like a coward when he was trying to run away from Gaza to leave the Gazans to pay for his sins. That is a hero in the eyes of Andrew Tate. Now let's see a little bit of more from the interesting tweets that this numbskull have brought in. Oh, that's a good one. I like this one. "I am the last superhero of masculinity, as every other man has glaring obvious failings. Only I am absolutely complete and perfect in every possible way. I am the last hope for mankind. I will save everyone." I mean, who write that kind of nonsense? Seriously, guys. Only cartoon villains talk like that. Who speaks like this? Obviously not real man. Anyway, here's another one. "If there's anyone right now that is pondering, maybe I should vote for Andrew Tate, this is probably the main thing you need to listen to. This building is literally dead center in the middle of London Historic Centre. Amazing news. The only alternative to Islam for the Brits are pride flag as they no longer have any innate culture or patriotism. Allah is the best planner, and I look forward for seeing the Islamic Republic of Great Britain in her final form. Alhamdulillah, Britain will be fully Islamic soon. This is, in case you were wondering, what did he mean when he said to make Britain great again? He's talking about making Britain Muslim again. If you don't know, Andrew Tate started basically as a pimp, as a sexual offender. He have ongoing cases about rape. Real cases right now, some of them are not even solved yet, about rape. He had to flee many other countries to go to Romania, hoping that he will be safe there. And even there, he was arrested for sexual crimes. He later on actually did seem to be like he was changing, and he's starting adapting this healthy masculinity, and he had this as if come to Jesus moment, only later on to find it was a come to Muhammad moment. We'll talk about that in a second. But he was basically, he's a con artist opportunist, and he saw that the Western world have made a huge vacuum in the form of healthy masculinity, of healthy father figures, of healthy manly figure, and it was all going down the road of toxic feminism. So he jumped on that train and started to pretend to be the leader of how you should be as a real man. But he forgot that this guy has literally videos of him beating up women. Have videos of him encouraging to beat up women. He have so many degrading videos. It's just insane. But anyway, for a while, because he's a good talker. He's a very smart guy, and he knows how to talk. And for a while, it seemed like he was making sense. And some people might have had the idea that, you know what, maybe he had a come for Jesus moment. Maybe he's really regretting the sins of the past, and he's changing his path. That is the foundation of Christianity, if you look at it, that everyone is redeemable, everyone can be saved. Even Hitler, if he would have had prayed for forgiveness and genuinely meant it, he will probably be in heaven. It's very hard for people to swallow that pill, but that is Christianity, that anyone can be saved and we're all born in the image of God. So Andrew Tate was pretending as if he had this born again, back to the right track, only to find that he actually had a come to Muhammad moment, which is very different, because come to Muhammad moment, and I've heard this from Muslims actually, that said the reason that Andrew Tate probably converted to Islam is because in Islam, the bar for sexual crimes is very low. You can marry girls that are 9 years old, you can sexually assault women, and most likely they'll send that woman to jail rather than the rapist or the pedophile. So in that religion where you can have multiple women, where you can have such a low bar for sexuality, people like Andrew Tate, they flourish. They feel like, I feel at home here. I can do all these terrible things to women. And it's not only accepted, it's actually encouraged. They think that I'm a great guy. Also, for someone who was always saying, I'm top G, I'm out of the matrix, talking like a little kid basically, it's funny how things turned out. That Mr. I'm out of the matrix turned out to be the biggest puppet of the Muslim matrix. He won't do anything that they won't tell him to do. He will not go and call. He was at Pierce's podcast, and he refused to call Hamas a terrorist organization. That was shortly after October 7, where we still had live images of what they did. Refused to call Hamas a terrorist organization. The real question that is interesting for me right now, because the guy's not stupid. He knows that probably now is a good time to try to run for the UK election, because he probably feels that if over there, not only that they're not willing to defend their daughters who are being raped by Muslim immigrants, not only that, they're actually trying to cover for the rapists in the name of diversity. He also say, you know what, this culture of Great Britain that used to have real men, the once Great Britain that was ready to tackle every endeavor, from sailing all across the world to go and look for the world, and they did terrible things in the way, but anyway, they were a great empire, the greatest empire almost to ever live, and from that, in the last generation, they were robbed out of every possible manly, healthy resistance that they might have. And the government has been oppressing their own people from free speech. It's literally one of the biggest countries that is arresting people for free speech. People who are tweeting are going to jail for tweets. So with that came the best ground, because the only ones that are right now are holding maybe the identity is the woke identity, the gay identity. And he's saying this is not competition for Islam. These guys are idiot enough to actually support Islam. You know, all these queers for Palestine behavior, all these people that are rioting there from the West that are supporting Palestine. So they will probably even defend Islam until Islam is in power. Then Islam is going to execute them, kill them, kick them out of the country, and make this place a Muslim caliphate. And he is going to be the leader of this caliphate. Wow. I'm honestly genuinely wondering, can he be elected? Will the Brits really elect Andrew Tate? Does he have a chance? Ridiculous as it might sound, I'm genuinely wondering, because seeing how Britain is looking right now, I'll tell you, it won't surprise me. I personally think that Andrew Tate is a very dangerous example for young people. I think that he jumped on a vacuum where it was needed. People needed good role models in their life, and society was oppressing manliness and healthy father, strong behavior. And with that became big void that just children need. And that void was filled by criminal-like people, con artists like Andrew Tate. And he's a very dangerous example for what it is to be right. And just imagine if he will become the Prime Minister of Britain. This can go wrong in so many ways. I can't even start from where. From the aspect of just, imagine a whole nation of Andrew Tates, a whole nation of numbskulls that are talking like they're cartoon villains. An whole nation of people that are promoting radical Islam that think that Yahya Sinwar, your prime minister, think that Yahya Sinwar, that's like thinking that Hitler was a hero. He literally went and glorified him. A whole nation that decide that this is okay to treat women that way. It's just insane. It's just insane. But you know what? It's gonna be a fun ride. Not for the Brits, for the normal people there, but it's gonna be a fun ride for watching it from outside. So let's see how that goes. But anyway, guys, if you want to help my channel keep growing, go and check my Patreon. I don't know if my camera is still recording. Thank God it is still recording. And let me end up with a word of wisdom. This has become some part of this channel, and a good word of wisdom. Here's one. Any moment from after the age of 20 that you're not investing in preparing yourself to become a better father, a better husband, a better family member is a wasted moment. Now, you can go and enjoy and travel life and do all the good things you want to do, but you should always aspire to that moment, because the pinnacle moment that you can find as a man, and I'm telling you this as a living example because I'm living it, is to become a father. That is the greatest achievement that you can unlock in this gift called life that was given to you, is to give life to another child, another boy or a girl, and the benefits that you get from it, because that's going to be the first time in your life as a man that you'll have something that is more important to you than yourself, something that you're literally genuinely ready to die for, and something that its joy and its well-being is more important than your own joy and well-being, and just comes naturally. And there's so much reward in that experience only. And later on also being able to witness this beautiful miracle of life. You are basically hired by an outside company called Life to be the programmer and the designer of another human. You are helping him take of course, you have his genetic code that is going to teach him all kind of stuff, walking and crawling and later on, eating and exercise. He's going to learn that without you. Even you're there or not, he's going to learn these things. But I'm talking about characteristic aspects of bravery, courage, morality. Just being around you and wanting to learn so much from you will put you in that spot that you realize, wow, I have a responsibility to become a better role model, a better example. I'm gonna do it for that child. And these things are just beautiful. There's literally different ages, and every age have its own magic. Some ages where you're teaching him how motoric skills and to have confidence in his own body. Then other ages you're teaching him about imagination, about creativity, overcoming challenges. You are there to witness every one of these tweaks as you help create the most advanced, most sophisticated machine on the face of this planet, probably in the universe as far as we know. The human body, the human brain, the human character. And later on, even enjoy the fruits of your work when you did a good job and you see, it makes you so proud. My kid was lost in the woods last week, and it was actually in the middle of a video. And he managed to keep his calm, navigate outside of the forest in Germany, in the snow, in the dark, didn't panic, got all the way home, went back to look for his mom, 5 years old. Just imagine how proud I was as a father that his first big encounter with the unknown, with the dangers of the world, and he has proven to be more than ready for that. And that is your job as a parent, to prepare your kids to be ready for life. And there's so much joy and benefit in that. Anyway, I spoke too much. It's just something that I'm super passionate about. And take it or leave it, guys. It's a good advice. Get yourself a good wife, a good husband. Bring children, many children, and just have a good family life. It's undoubtedly one of the best one of the best gifts that this universe can give us, that God can give us, that planet Earth, you name it. One of the best gifts that we can have is family. Don't waste it. And don't wait too long.